My grandmother knew the lady in the picture and always said everyone knew Mrs. Sanderson because she always wore long skirts. And Mr. Sanderson actually had an art shop in Richmond, which was in Frenchgate in Richmond, and sold easels and paints and the like. I guess to all the artists who converge on Richmond to do paintings of the castle and the surrounding district.
The actual medium is watercolour and body colour, and the body colour gives more weight to the paint. And I think you can see this quite clearly, the way that the structure and the forms are built up, regardless of the folds in the dress, are built up in a hatching, cross-hatching way, diagonal way. Even here, just away from the dress, you can see the way that it is built up very carefully. But when one comes away and outside the main figure, kind of halo effect around her, you will see that the outsides of the picture, the buildings in the pan here, are expressed in more conventional style. Now, the Italians in the 19th century devised this particular technique, and they were called divisionists. I think it's possible, I think it would be good to look at the label on the back, because the painting has been kept in its original frame and doesn't look as if it's actually been taken out of the frame ever. And here's the label here with the Darlington Society of Artists, the subject, the washing day, the original price, and then the artist's name and address. Now, it's a little bit difficult to fix a price on it, especially as it's a local artist, and I think it's probably a rather unusual painting, probably kind of a one-off in many ways, but I would imagine that it would be worth something in the region of £1,000 to £1,500. I don't know what that seems to you.
My grandmother would have been absolutely thrilled.
Delighted, yes.
Yeah.
Put those down there. Look at these. Well, these are three very pretty and, in fact, beautiful plates, actually. I'd love to find out where you found them or how you acquired them, were they inherited?
Well, they're inherited from my grandfather.
Yes.
He collected them, and it was one of his hobbies.
Well, he got some nice examples here. I mean, if you're starting with this, which is actually a Coalport plate, rather in the Welsh manner, it's a very pretty thing, and that's probably worth, say, £100. This is a very pretty plate here. Do you know what this is?
No, nothing at all.
Look at the back, and you see Chelsea red anchor mark, so it's mid-18th century English porcelain plate from the Chelsea factory, moulded in rather the Meissen style, and beautifully painted. There are some minor imperfections here, but it's actually pull the value down a bit. But that's probably would fetch something in the order of £450 to £550. This plate here is quite the most sumptuous thing. I would hazard a guess it may be even one of the most beautiful pieces of continental porcelain we've had in the Antiques Roadshow. It doesn't take a great expert to see the incredible quality of painting.
No.
Do you know what factory it is?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all?
No.
Well, in a way, it's a German porcelain factory of Nymphenburg. Turning it round here, you will see the mark. There's a sort of impressed mark of a shield, which is actually the Bavarian shield. These plates were probably come from the service which was made for the electoral court. Now, they are wonderfully painted by a man called Joseph Zechenberger, who specialized in doing these superb botanical subjects and marvelous insects, and also sumptuous gilding. Now we get on to the business of what one thinks it's worth. It's nice that sometimes one can be fairly precise. In this particular example, I do happen to know that 2 plates from this service came up for auction in Geneva, where they sell very well in that particular occasion. Do you know any idea what you reckon they made?
No idea.
Do you want to hazard a guess?
1,000?
Well, you're a little bit on the conservative side. You know, one made last year the equivalent of £8,000.